Hi, everyone. Okay, let's wait for a couple people to come on. Good morning. Good morning. Hello there. Hello there, Live Life. I'm Ziki 41. Okay, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, yes. Happy Wednesday. Okay, we'll just wait a couple. I'm going to get started here. Okay, let's see. I have an awful lot of orb behind me here. Okay, that's right. Good morning. Who's got courage? Let's go. All right, so I'm going to actually go ahead and get started. So I'm Tara Vatsky, and I just want to make sure that that's a little bit better with the lighting. Okay, so we're going to get started. I call this one, got courage. And I started these daily motivations yesterday, these daily quotes. And the quote that I had come up yesterday on my daily quote app was, courage is never to let your actions be influenced by your fears. And that was Arthur Koestler. So courage is never to let your actions be influenced by your fears, which I think, good morning, is so important. Now, what's the definition of courage? So courage is the ability to do something that frightens one. Okay, so that's the first part of the definition. And the second is to have strength in the face of pain or grief. So let's talk about that's courage. And yes, and it's doing it anyway. Because you know what does fear stand for? F-E-A-R. There's two different things I've always learned that fear stands for. Forget everything and run, because you're just like, I'm out of here. I'm just afraid to do that. Or false evidence appearing real. Yes. Okay. False evidence appearing real. So really, we're afraid of something, but is it really what's bothering us? Is it really, what we think is going to happen? Would that really happen? All right. Now, if we didn't have fears, we wouldn't need courage. We wouldn't need to push ourselves out of the comfort zone. So it's kind of a good thing to have those fears. So you push yourself and you can go further with what you want to do. Now, whenever I hear the word courage, my thoughts go immediately to the Cowardly Lion from the Wizard of Oz. And he was afraid of everything. He was afraid of his shadow. He was afraid of Toto. He was afraid of the trees. He was afraid of the flying monkeys. Well, okay, I'd be afraid of the flying monkeys too, but let's forget that one for a second. Okay. The lion felt that he needed to ask the wizard to give him the courage, since as the king of the jungle, he was supposed to be this really brave one. Thank you so much for the hearts. So he was supposed to be really, really brave because he was the king of the jungle. But really, he didn't realize that the power was in him, within him all the time, because he took the others, Dorothy and the others, through the forest to get to Oz and to see the wizard. All right, so what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of what people think? Are you afraid to share your emotions? Are you afraid to let down your guard? Are you afraid, what are people going to say to me? And that's for so many of us, doing a business or stretching out of your comfort zone or doing something that's not just the norm. People are pretty critical about what you're doing. And so do we let those things stop us? Do you think, oh my gosh, what if I do the wrong thing? What if I'm not perfect? Not meaning the wrong thing like illegal, but, doing the wrong thing. Oh, thank you. I so appreciate you sharing this with your followers as well. Thank you. Thank you for those hearts. Love those brown and green ones. So you're not being illegal, but you're, obviously we don't want you to do something illegal, but we want you to do the right thing. But, are you afraid of, if it's not perfect, I'm not going to be able to get this right? Okay. Do you want to wait? Do you wait to attempt something before you absolutely have it perfect? Okay. Do you get ready to get ready? All right. Now, I talked about regrets yesterday. Thank you. I talked about regrets yesterday and, in the motivation, and what older people regretted, things that they hadn't done, that they had regretted in their lives. And many of those things were surrounded by their fears. Maybe it's, afraid to go against the norm. I'm supposed to go out of college and get this job and marry this person and, whatever it is supposed to be the norm. So are you afraid of not being good enough? All right. Now, sales guru Tom Hopkins says that successful people always have something to prove. Now, whether it's to their friends, to their family, or a lot of times it's really to themselves. So many times we are really, really afraid to try new things. Let me just put these notes down here, okay? So many times we're afraid to, that's right, we're afraid to try new things. Because we're afraid to fail. We don't want to fail. So we're like, oh, I'm just going to stay in my comfort zone and I'm not going to do anything. But isn't the alternative worse? Okay. Never knowing your potential. That's right. Fear is self-made. You're absolutely right, Coach Gina Blaz. Okay. And, the alternative would be never knowing your full potential, never knowing of what you're capable of doing, what you're capable of achieving, what you're capable of excelling at. Basically, you're not living your life. You're not maximizing this one life that we all have. And again, I talked about yesterday, as the kids always say, like YOLO, hashtag YOLO, YOLO, you only live once. And that is so true. And, as we go through each day, we don't realize, and maybe till the very end, that, wow, I should have done these things. I should have stepped outside my comfort zone. It is an emotion. It is absolutely an emotion. Okay. We all, every single one of us, has greatness inside of us. And right, you're going to hit that greatness when you have to achieve, or you have to experience failure in order to achieve greatness. Failure is all just part of that journey. And we all have greatness in us, just like the Cowardly Lion did. We just need to muster up the courage to bring it out and show it to the world. When you have the courage to open up the door and step out of your comfort zone and face your fears, nothing is going to stop you from achieving that greatness. Absolutely nothing at all. And it's going to free your potential just by stepping out of that door, stepping into your comfort zone. It's going to free up so much potential that you have. So what would you do if you were not afraid? If you could muster up that courage, if you could say, I'm going to do this. It doesn't matter what people think, what people say, what it's supposed to be the norm or the right thing that I could do or that I should be doing. So think about that today on this Wednesday morning. What would you do if you were not afraid? Grab a hold of your courage, and as Nike says, just do it. Okay. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining in, for giving the hearts, for sharing it. I am so glad that was what you needed to hear today, because it is going to be an awesome day. Do one thing, and I would love to know what it was, but do one thing at least to step out of your comfort zone and grab a hold of your courage, so that you do not let courage decide. You do not let your fears decide what your actions should be. Okay. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.